also leveraging their, oh, what I was saying is that most real estate influencers are also leveraging their digital business card. These are some of the names that you might recognize. Tristan Ahumada, CEO of the largest Facebook group. We got Teresa Kinney, CEO of the Miami Association. Jason Pantana, very big with the Tom Ferry International Coaching. And hundreds of thousands of professionals have access to our Instacard. So all of you here today, you guys all have access to the Instacard. If you haven't taken advantage of it yet or don't know where to go to get yours, I'll show you how to get that before the end of today's training. These are some of the brands and associations that we're very proud to be affiliated with. As you can see right here, front and center, we've got HGAR, among other associations that also have access to this business card as a free member benefit like you guys do. Now, this was a pretty shocking statistics that we saw when we were putting together this training for you guys, is that over 10 billion paper business cards are printed annually, guys. 10 billion with a B. Yet 80% of them get trashed. I mean, a few moments ago, I pulled out a big wad of business cards that I just had sitting here on my desk collecting dust that I just never got around to saving into my phone. So whenever you hand a business card to somebody, keep that in mind is, you might not even end up getting saved into their phone book. And that's where the Instacart comes in. This is a surefire way to help you share your information and make sure that they actually save you to their contacts and have a direct line of communication with you at any time. And these are some of the common reasons why a lot of the agents that use the Instacart are loving it. They become raving fans. And these are some of the common testimonials that we've gotten. Number one is it never runs out, right? With paper, traditional business cards, you can run out and you might be at a coffee shop and you run into someone, you look into your pocket or your wallet or your purse and you go digging for a business card and you don't have any. With a digital business card, you're not going to have that problem, right? As long as you have your phone, it's got battery, you've got signal, you have a way to share your information with somebody. Two, it's convenient, it's always on your phone. It's easy even for a non-techie person to manage, so you don't have to be this tech guru to know how to use your digital business card. I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why some people kind of shy away from having a digital card is they think it's like way over their heads. This one's super, super easy to use. It's got all of your information in one place, so it's going to have not only your phone number, your name, of course, your email, but it's also going to have direct links to all of your social media platforms, all of your information. People can save your information with one click. You can showcase your reviews. You can use it to actually get reviews from your clients. Some folks have told us that they've actually gotten more listings with it. So some people they wake up and they're immediately tapping into their sphere of influence, sharing their Instacard with everybody, telling their referrals to share their Instacard with their network, and they've gotten listings from that. Nine, it's a no-brainer for your business growth. It's an easy way to start sharing your information and getting your information out into the world. And 10, it's super easy to share by text and like I mentioned, via email and QR code as well. So I think I already asked this, but I know we had a few other people join a little later. But does anybody in this group have their Instacart yet? Curious to see if there's anybody here that has it yet. If there isn't anyone, that's okay. I mean, that's what, we set this all up for to make sure that you guys know that you have access to this and show you exactly how to claim it. But out of the 13 people that we've got here, does anybody have their Instacard? Show of hands or just type in the chat. I don't think anybody does. So that's great. I mean, I think everybody here will be able to walk away today with, knowing how exactly to set up their card. Let me see, we got one chat here. Nancy said no. Thank you for responding, Nancy. Now, I just want to give you guys some quick snippets as to how the Instacart works, how it looks, and really, what you can expect to have on your mobile device moving forward. So right here, this is the mobile version. The cool thing about the Instacart, guys, is that it also doubles as a website. So not only is it going to be an app on your phone, but it's also going to be a live URL that acts like a website. So if there's some of you on this call today that haven't spent the money on getting a fully custom built website set up yet, while you get that, going, you can start using your Instacart as a make-believe website of sorts. So this is what it looks like on your mobile device. It's going to have your headshot right there front and center. And whenever you text it to somebody or if they scan your QR code, that's how it's going to look on their device as well. And all of the information that you see here is completely customizable. So you can change the way, the color of the banners. You can add your company logos on there, your professional headshot of choice, of course. It's going to have your name, your title. You can add a tagline. So for this agent right here, Anna Benavides, she's got Welcome Home with Anna. She's got her real estate license number on there, her company name, her phone number and email. And then down here, you can see that she's got her social media icons. And those are all live icons, meaning if you click on the Instagram icon or on the LinkedIn icon, the My Website icon, it's going to take you to that platform. And when it comes to sharing it, you can share it, like I mentioned, via QR code. You can text it to somebody. You can share it via email. And it's gonna be how it shows up like this. They can connect with you on multiple platforms. You can add your address on there if you have a physical address. Some of you guys are part of virtual brokerages, so you can just opt out of the address if that's the case. Gurmeet said no. Gotcha, Gurmeet. Thank you. All right, let's keep going here. Now, with your digital profile links, you can add as many as you want. However, the ones that we encourage you to have would be your top eight, platforms when it comes to real estate, which would be your Google business page, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and then your real estate platforms, your realtor.com, your Zillow, and your homes.com. Those are the eight core profiles that you should have on there. And then if you've got a website, you can add your website. If you dabble on TikTok, you can add your TikTok. Pretty much any profile is available to add to your card. And then over here on the right hand side, now the version that you guys all have access to is a free version. But we do have a premium version available as well. It's $99 per year, nothing crazy. But you can get all of the value out of the free card as well. Just that with the paid version, you do get access to some additional features, such as this review me page where it has direct links to your profile. So that way, when it comes down to asking somebody for a review, all you have to do is text them one of these links. And when they click on it, it takes them right to that platform so that they can leave you a 5-star review. Now, right here, we've got social media integration. All of your icons will have their own unique QR code. So if you just want someone to have your Google business link or your Instagram link, you can just pull up the QR code for that profile. And if they scan the QR code, it's going to take them directly to that platform as well. So it's very customizable. There's a lot of value on this. Now, with the reviews integration, not only can you use the card to request reviews, you can also showcase some of the reviews that you've already gotten. So that way, when you share your Instacard with somebody and they go to the My Reviews portion, you can have some of those, top reviews that you've received throughout your career. So, some of your standout testimonials that you've gotten from your clients. All right. And then when it comes to capturing leads, this is probably one of the top questions that we get is, okay, it's great that I can share my information, but what about me receiving the other person's information? How does that work? So when somebody scans your QR code or if you text them your Instacard, the first thing that they're going to get when they click on it is they're going to have the option to share their information back with you by filling out a very, very short form. And most people on their mobile devices, they have this stuff on autofill. So it takes them about, 2 to 3 seconds to provide their information back to you. So all they have to do is fill in their name, their phone number, and email. And once they click Let's Connect, you get a notification sent to your email inbox that's connected to your Instacard, letting you know that somebody just connected with your card. When you open up that email, there's going to be their attachment with their contact info. All you got to do is click on the attachment and you can add them right into your contacts as well. So not only is the Instacard good for sharing your information with people, it's also a great way to help you capture those contacts and leads as well. And then right here, we've got your instant contact save. So, when somebody clicks on your Instacard, if they want to add you to their contacts, it's going to be very straightforward. They just click add to contacts. And then if they're on an iPhone, they click save contact and then they click on done. If they're on Android, pretty much the same thing. Awesome. Now with the Instacard, you guys do have a live dashboard. So let me get out of this presentation here just a second to show you what that dashboard looks like. And I've got my own dashboard pulled up here. When you guys go in and start claiming and setting up your digital business card, you're all going to have access to your own dashboards as well. And this dashboard is where you're going to go to be able to make any customizations that you want to the Instacard, how to set it up, how to add or remove some things. And it's going to have right here on the left-hand side, you're going to have a drop-down menu. And if you go to edit your Instacard, this is where it becomes, very accessible to anybody. You don't have to be a techie to figure this stuff out. This is my dashboard. So this is my digital business card out right here on the left. And you can see here we've got branding where you can go in and add your headshots, your company logos, any type of background image of your liking. Under links, you add all of the links to your different profiles. As you can see here, I've got LinkedIn, YouTube, my website, Facebook, TikTok, all of the ones that I'm on. And then for you guys on the real estate side, you can add your Zillow, your Realtor, your Homes.com, all that good stuff. Right here under bio, we recommend using the same bio that you have on your website if you have one. And if you don't have a bio yet, there's no reason why you shouldn't have one. We have AI now. You can go into ChatGPT and it can help you write a bio for yourself that you use on all of your profiles. Now, right here on settings is where you can go to the homepage profile links and you can customize which one of the icons show up on the front of your card. So that way, whenever you share your card with somebody, you can select which one of the platforms that you want to be showing up right there as soon as they click on your card. And this is customizable as well. So if I want to change the order of these icons, I can, and you can see how the changes are reflected right here on the left-hand side. I can remove some icons if I want to, and vice versa. I can add them back. So it's very, very easy to use and customize to your liking. And with the Instacard, not only are you getting the digital business card, you're also getting some bonus features as well. Now, right here under the contact section, I mentioned that when you share your Instacard with somebody, they're going to have the option to fill out a form and share their information back with you, right? All of those people that fill out that form, they get saved under the contacts tab inside of your dashboard. So if you haven't saved them into your mobile device, they're all going to be saved automatically right here under the contact section inside of your dashboard. And you can always export these contacts out and import them into a separate CRM. We can integrate it directly with your CRM as well. You've got email signatures that you can use as part of the digital business card, and we've got a few different templates that you can pick here, and you can customize all of these templates that we provide for you. And these are automatically created inside of your dashboard once you go in and finish setting up your digital business card. Now, if all of this is seeming like it's too much, don't worry about it because one of the other bonuses that you get with the free digital business card is that every single Thursday at the same time, we have Instacart trainings. So right now, I'm just going over an overview as to what's included with the business card and how to set it up. But if you have more questions, you can join those live Zoom calls every Thursday. They're always available to you. Now, in addition to the digital business cards and the email signatures and the contacts, you're also going to have access to virtual backgrounds. So you can see here my virtual background. It's a really nice looking Zoom background. Nowadays, we're taking so many calls on Zoom, and you have some of these backgrounds available for you inside of your dashboard as well. You can customize them. You can change the background image to your liking. So there's a lot of value with the Instacart as opposed to just being your regular digital business card. You've got those contacts, email signatures, virtual backgrounds. There's a lot to that you can play around with it on there. So I'll do a quick pause here. Does anybody have any questions so far regarding the Instacart or the dashboard? I'll take a few questions here before we move forward. What
Jose,
is
I
the
do.
customer
Can I
service contact
ask via
information?
the chat or just live?
Yeah, go ahead, ask live.
So you mentioned that if you didn't have a website, you can use the Instacart as a temporary website per se.
Yeah,
I have my own website, so how does that link? What? Just want to understand a little bit more how that
yeah.
works.
So if you have your own website, the way that you're going to link it is like one of those icons that I showed at the beginning on the front of the card. So right here, there's this icon that says My Website, right?
Understood.
If I click on the My Website, that's going to take you to the Real Grader website. In your case, when you go to set up your card under My Website, you just connect your website URL. And then that way, when you share your Instacard with somebody and they click on website, it's going to take them directly to your website.
Understood. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's a good point. I forgot to bring that up actually, Giovanni. So this is what the web version looks like, right? I showed you what my app, my mobile version looks like right here on the left-hand side. But like I told you, the Instacart is also a live URL, meaning if I go to instacart.co/ first name dash last name, and that's going to be the setup for everybody. So for Giovanni, once you go in and claim your card, your URL is going to be instacart.co/ Giovanni dash Puerta. And once you go to that URL, it's going to pull up my digital business card as the desktop version, which is what you see right here on the screen. So for anybody that doesn't have a website, you can see how you can start using this as kind of like a placeholder while you get all of that figured out and set up. And it, all of the information that you have on the mobile version, it's going to show up just how it is right here on the desktop version as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. No, thank you for that, Giovanni. Great question. Appreciate you. So let me go back here to the presentation. So that was the live dashboard and some of the pro features that are only available through that premium paid version, which I told you it's the $99 for the year. It's the video background. So you saw how on my card you saw that video of Miami playing in the background. If you do decide to upgrade, you'll be able to use those video backgrounds. You get a custom menu. You get the premium email signatures, the premium Zoom backgrounds like the ones that I have, unlimited branded QR code. So you'll have the branding in the middle of the QR code as opposed to just your generic normal QR code with nothing in the middle. And what I mentioned a few slides back was the Google review. So you can use the premium version of the card to go in and start collecting reviews with that. Now, I'm sure this is probably the part that most of you tuned in is how the heck do I even claim my card? So for now, I would encourage you guys to just save this link and go back and do it later. And whenever you go to set up your Instacart, I definitely suggest doing it from a desktop. It's a lot easier to set up that way. I think when people do it on their phone is where it brings up a lot of issues. You get stuck. It doesn't really load as well as it should. So go ahead and save this website, which is going to be instacardhgar.com. And I'll put it right here in the chat. I believe Robin put the link in here earlier, but I'll put it again. It's going to be www.instacardhgar.com. Save that link. I would encourage you to not go in and start setting it up later because I want you to follow along and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And after the call, if you do decide to start setting it up and if you get stuck in anything, we do have a support email that you can contact us at. And then, like I mentioned, we also have those Zoom trainings every Thursday where you can go on and get some hands-on help as well. So once you go to that website, when you click on instacarthgar.com, it's going to take you to our funnel. So I'll actually go to the website now to show you exactly what it looks like and what you can expect to run into. So www.instacarthgar.com. That's going to bring you to this website right here. So it's going to say get your free digital card and digital audit. I'll mention what the digital audit is like right after this. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to click on this button right here, claim your free digital card and audit. And then in this directory, you want to type in your name. You want to find your name. And if it says already claimed, you're going to want to click on where it says view Instacart. So you go in there, you type in your name, let's say Giovanni. And look right here, Giovanni Puerta, right? So Giovanni, he's going to click on claim Instacart. Once he clicks on claim Instacart, it's going to open up a separate tab. And this is where you start creating your account. You can continue with Facebook or Google. I would suggest you continue with email and just create your own account. Just because sometimes when you connect it with Facebook and Google, I don't know why it creates some issues sometimes, not all the time, but I would rather you guys just not even run into that at all and continue with email. Okay. So once you get here, you set up your account. Once you create your account and you log in, that's going to take you directly into your dashboard, which is going to look like this right here. And that's where you can go in and click edit your Instacard, and you can go through all these tabs, setting it up. And then when it comes to installing it and downloading it onto your phone, all the way on the right-hand side, we're going to have an install tab that's going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to save it to your phone. And if you're not sure how to do it, we do have quick video instructions down here where you can see instructions for iPhone and you can see instructions for Android as well. So it's going to give you step-by-step detailed instructions exactly on how to use it. And then if you do want to go through this training, we have about a 27-minute training that we did with some of our team members. I was right there on that training as well with one of our tech people that was just demonstrating the ins and outs of the Instacart. So if you want to watch that, that's going to be available for you inside of the dashboard as well. Awesome. So let's go back here. Once you set up your card, it's very important that you go in and start customizing it to the best of your ability. And the biggest things that we recommend adding is, your professional headshot. You want to have your branding on there. And I got a question right here in the chat. Sharon, does it allow you to change your photo or do you have to go back to HGAR? Your professional headshot, you can add whichever photo you want. So you don't have to use the one that's in there in that directory. Once you log into your account, once you create it, you can go in and change your headshot to anything you want. And just really quick to show you what that looks like. When you log in and you create your account, you want to go to where it says edit your Instacard. And once you're inside of here, you go to where it says branding. And right here on the branding portion, you can see here you have your profile image. If you want to change your headshot, you just click right here on the little camera on the bottom right. And that's going to open up a window where you can click on change image and upload the headshot of your liking. And then just click save. Very important when you go through all of these steps, make sure that you're saving as you go, because otherwise you're going to have to, do it all over again. Great, thanks. Awesome. No problem, Sharon. I got you. So really quick here, I want to go through some of the information regarding best practices, when to use the Instacard. So right here, I already covered the photo and branding. The key menu links is making sure that you actually connect your profiles to the Instacard. And we recommend having about 4 to 6, social media links, as if you will. So if you want to have your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, and then definitely your Google business page if you have one. And if you don't have one, you should create one. Best practices for the customization, you can take advantage of the multimedia. I already showed you guys about the background video. You can have an about me video in your bio section if you have one of those. We do recommend keeping it fresh. So, heading here into 2026, I made a few changes to my Instacard. And you can always go back and, you want to update it every 6 months. If you change your bio, you want to go back in and change your bio on the Instacard and just always keeping it up to date with all of your information. And then right here with the Google reviews, I mentioned that you can share your links to your Google, ask people to leave you 5-star reviews on Google with it, on Zillow or on Realtor.com, any profile that you're trying to take advantage of, and then taking advantage of those leads that you save into your dashboard. There's the social media links, the signatures, the backgrounds, and then Instacart and QR code ideas. This is pretty cool. So with open houses, this is something a lot of our agents have told us works really well, is they'll print their QR code and paste it on their open house signs. And then that way, whenever they're hosting an open house, everybody that comes into the property to go check it out and they scan your QR code, you can keep track of everybody that attended your open house, right? Address signs and flyers, email signatures, your social media stories and reels. You can add your QR code to just about any piece of content that you're putting out on the internet. We've got a quick question here. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for tuning in. She had to run. And now, when it comes to what's on the card, when you share your card with people, we want to make sure that, whatever's going on the card is fully up to date, right? Um, Hold on, let me do something here. I want to share my screen with you all. There we go. And this is why when people go to Google you, if you share your Instacard with somebody, your business is whatever Google says it is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this gentleman right here on the screen. His name is Tom Ferry, one of the biggest real estate coaches in the world, and his thing is all about how you show up on Google and the different social media platforms. And just like I mentioned at the beginning, most of, if not all, of real estate agents are really not optimized with Google and their social media presence. Yet everybody's going to go in and Google you. So with your digital business card, this is the free audit that we offer as well. We give you a free evaluation as to how you show up on not just Google, but all eight of the essential real estate platforms that you need to be playing on. So, you would meet with me or with somebody else on my team. We Google you live and we go through all eight of these platforms, giving you feedback as to how you show up on Google. And these are the eight profiles that you need to be
Get
playing
in
on.
the shower. Come on, you're going in the shower.
Oh, let me go ahead and mute Nancy. There we go. And these are some of the top consequences of not playing all out on these platforms is you're missing out on opportunity. It hurts your credibility. You could be losing business deals. If somebody Googles you and you're kind of a ghost and they decide to Google somebody else and, they're crushing it on Google, they have a ton of reviews, all of their profiles show up on page one, they might decide to contact that agent first simply because you don't have as strong of a presence online, right? And the most common mistakes when we do these free audits with you guys is inconsistent social media and lack of branding. So inconsistent social media is, you might have a Facebook and an Instagram, but you don't have LinkedIn, you don't have YouTube. And the lack of branding, some of you guys said that you represent some of the top brands in the country, like Keller Williams, Houlihan Lawrence. Yet when I go to your profiles, there's no branding of your company logos, your information. It's all blank. You're not leveraging that branding. We see a lot of broken links and outdated information. So some of you guys haven't updated, your headshots or your bios since you first got into real estate, over 5, 10 plus years ago. And all of that stuff just stays online, outdated. We've ran into inappropriate and even negative content. We've seen missing profiles, duplicate profiles. So when we Google sometimes, we see that you might have two or even three Zillow profiles, two Realtor.coms, an old LinkedIn that you lost access to, and it's still, floating around in the internet. And then the last point, which I think is the biggest point, is your data not being synchronized on your real estate platforms. And what that means with the data not being synchronized is your sales. So, if you've gone out and you've done 5, 10 deals in the last 12 months, I'll go to your Zillow and it might say that you've done two. Or sometimes it even says that you haven't done any deals in the last 12 months. That right there, that's huge because, number one, that's your hard work, right? You're busting your tail to get these deals. And when somebody goes to check you out on Zillow or Realtor.com and it says zero, that hurts your credibility because it's showing that you're not active in the market. You might not be the best realtor suited to help me out. So right here on the left, what you see with this average grade, we've graded over 250,000 plus profiles for real estate agents, and the average grade using our proprietary AI software is a 30 out of 100. I think that's pretty insane, but it's the truth. So, something that we have here, we have a couple of different services and tools to provide you guys to help boost your score and get you from that average score of 30 out of 100 to 100 or a 90. Anything above a 30 is where we want you to be, right? We don't want you to be a ghost. And what it boils down to is some of you are just dabbling versus being all in when it comes to your online presence, to your business. So I think these pictures, do a pretty good job of explaining, what that means. On the left, you have dabbling, which is just barely throwing up a few lights on your property when it's Christmas time. And then on the right, we have all in with, the decked out house in the neighborhood that everybody stops by to check out because it's just so, eye-catching. So this is where we want you to be at. We want you to be all in. When somebody Googles you, they're like, wow, this person's all over the place. They look amazing. They've got a ton of reviews, and you want to make a strong first impression. So right here, these are again some examples of what profiles that are dabbling look like. So you might have a Google business page, but it's got, two Google reviews. You don't have a 5-star rating. You might have a 3-star rating or lower. Somebody goes to your LinkedIn profile, you don't have a headshot, you don't have a background cover image, you don't have a banner. Same thing with realtor.com. This right here is like the perfect example of what it looks like to be dabbling. But then you've got folks that are all in. You Google them, they're all over the place. All of their information is consistent. All of their bios are updated. The headshot is the same on all of the platforms. They're branding themselves consistently on all of the platforms. So when somebody clicks right here on Sarita Diana's LinkedIn profile, you can immediately see that she's with Berkshire Hathaway. You can see her team logo front and center, and you've got her name, her title, and her phone number. And that banner is present on every single one of her profiles, right? This is what you guys should be looking like online. And if you're wondering, how can I even get to this point? You have a ton of resources available to you. You can go the free route. I think Canva has a lot of free resources available for you to go in and create some branding for yourself. But ultimately, if you think this is a little over your head and you don't really know how to do it, we do have services available for you guys as well through our partnership with HGAR. So for the last portion of the training, I did want to go in and do a quick hot seat. If anybody's up to it, I can Google somebody live and just take 5 minutes giving you some feedback as to how you show up on Google. And I'm only going to be able to do one person, but I will give you guys the option to schedule a one-on-one Zoom call with me, and I can do the audit with you one-on-one if you don't feel comfortable getting Googled in front of everybody here today. So if you do want to get Google, just put Google right here in the chat or say me. Giovanni said he'll volunteer. And for Nancy, I know you're off camera right now, Nancy, but I'll give you guys the option to schedule your one-on-one call. Awesome. So Giovanni, we're going to go ahead and Google you, my friend. Let me just go over here and we're going to simply go on Google. If somebody tells me Giovanni is the greatest agent, you got to check him out. I'm going to go online and put Giovanni Puerta Realtor or Giovanni Puerta Real Estate. Let's see what shows up. So the first thing for Giovanni that I'm not seeing is a Google business page. So Giovanni, you can unmute yourself now. Is that a profile that you've looked into setting up or not yet?
So, perfect question. I get probably 5 spam calls every single day about my Google business page optimization.
Yeah,
And obviously, me being part of this, it's clear as day that I need to optimize that. I have a vendor that manages my website, so I'm in the middle of trying to figure out whether I'm going to have my website maintenance company do it or another vendor. I'm trying to have them present to me what they do and why I should stay with my website vendor or another optimization vendor that's taking me through a review of what they do that looks amazing. So clearly, yeah, no, I know that Google is paramount. So
got you. Well, look, you've got a company right here in front of you today that can help you out with that. So, once
okay,
we get done with
sounds
your
good.
audit, schedule a one-on-one call with me and we can have a conversation and see, how we can help you.
Great.
So that's the first profile. It's definitely a Google business page. Now I'm going to be using this agent here, Anna Benavides. She's one of our clients. Everything that you see for her profiles is stuff that our team did for her. So, we set up her Google business page. So you can see here when somebody types in Anna Benavides Realtor, bam, I mean, she dominates the first page of Google. You see her headshot right here on her Google business page, and all of this stuff was done by our team. She's killing it with the reviews. Now, that's something that, I got to give her flowers is she's absolutely crushed it with Google reviews. She asked just about everybody that she meets to leave her a 5-star Google review. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I want you all to walk away today and take action when it comes to creating a Google business page is anybody can leave you reviews on Google. It's not just like Zillow or Realtor.com where they have to be tied to a real estate transaction. Anyone can leave you a review on Google. So you can get reviews from your clients, of course, but you can also get reviews from other realtors. You can get reviews from lenders that you use, contractors that you use. Even your friends and family can go in and leave your reviews on Google. So just keep that in mind. And if you're on this call today and you do have a Google business page and you do have Google reviews and you're collecting Google reviews, I'll give you guys a quick tip here is to make sure that you're going in and responding to your Google reviews. That's extremely important because that shows Google that you're actively monitoring your Google business page and you're engaging with your audience. So that helps how they rank you with Google. If you just get reviews and you let them sit there and you don't acknowledge them, that's going to actually hurt your Google ranking. So just keep that in mind. Now, with Google, you want to make sure that you go in and you set it up all the way from top to bottom. Some of you might have Google business pages, which is great, but it might not be fully set up the right way, properly optimized. So you want to make sure that you connect all of your social media accounts to it. You can have up to 4 profiles pinned to Google. And the ones that we recommend having pinned would be YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Those are the most common ones that people go to. However, if you're big on TikTok or some other platforms, you can go ahead and pin those instead. Like if you don't really use LinkedIn, but you're extremely heavy on TikTok, swap out LinkedIn for TikTok. You don't have to take it how it is. Now, another portion of Google that a lot of folks tend to overlook is posting content to your Google business page. A lot of people don't realize that you can do that. They think you can only post content to these profiles right here, but Google is another place where you can be posting content. And we encourage you that if you're posting content on all of the other platforms, you should also include Google as part of those efforts as well, because it goes hand in hand with what I mentioned at the beginning and responding to your reviews. Again, it shows Google that you're actively engage with your Google business page. It helps with how you rank. Now, on the left-hand side, you can see here all of her profiles are ranking on page 1, and that's partly due to the fact that she has such a strong Google business page, right? If we go back to Giovanni's results, we've got his realtor.com, we've got LinkedIn, but where's Facebook? Where's Zillow? Where's YouTube? Where's Instagram, right? Those are some of the profiles that should be ranking on page 1, but the reason they might not be is because you have that issue with Google, right? So let's go in here into Giovanni's realtor.com. It's the very first profile that shows up for him to go in and click on. We've got him with GNL Realty. It gives us his 19 years of experience. It shows us some of his recent transactions, his price range. That all looks good. We've got his bio in there. Looks nice and concise, straight to the point. Just want to make sure that it's up to date. And we try to encourage you guys to use the same website bio on all of your platforms, everything being consistent across the board. We've got his website link on here. Now, when we do these audits, we make sure to click on every link that we see on your accounts, because sometimes when we click on these links, what do we run into? Links that don't work, links that, go to old brokerages, old websites that you no longer use. So we just want to make sure that when someone clicks on these links that they're actually working correctly. Awesome. So for Giovanni, I think his realtor.com looks pretty good. A suggestion that I'll make for you, Giovanni, is adding more keywords under your area served. So a good example that I'll put here very quickly is, some of these profiles, they can actually be generating free leads for you just based on the keywords that you have on your profiles. So let's take your most recent transaction, right? It was in Putnam Valley, New York, 615K, 3-bed, 2.5 bath. If I'm somebody shopping around the Putnam Valley area and I'm looking for a similar property at a similar price point, Giovanni is by definition the most qualified agent to help me out, right? Because he just sold a deal in that area that I'm looking for at a similar price point. But because Giovanni does not have Putnam Valley listed here under his area served, he might not show up as a recommended agent for me to contact. However, if he did, he would
It's almost
show up,
over.
right? So you want to go in there, you want to go through all of your transactions and make sure that everywhere that you've done a deal, that you actually have it listed under your area served. And you can take it a
Sounds good.
step further. You can add areas, surrounding those places where you've done deals. The worst thing that can happen is somebody calls you from an area that you're not willing to go service. Well, guess what? Now you have this lead that you can pass off to somebody else and get that referral for them. So just keep that in mind. And then the same thing would go with specialties. Specialties, that talks to the type of clients that you're trying to help. And then area served looks at the areas that you're trying to work in. So if you look at specialties, you've got a few good ones in here, right? You've got single family homes, buyers, sellers, listing, property management, residential. But, what about first time home buyers, relocation, things like that. So you can go into ChatGPT or Perplexity, the AI engine of your liking, and just go in there and say, give me the top 15 or 20 specialties for real estate and just copy and paste them into your account.
Got it.
Awesome. So I know we're running a little bit short on time, but I think you guys understand where these audits are going. We really take a deep look into all of your profiles and we give you feedback. And you can do as you like with that feedback. If you're able to go in and make all the changes on your own, awesome. But if you do feel like you need some additional help, we can go in and help you with all of those changes as well. So right here, before we sign off with Giovanni's LinkedIn, great that he has one that that exists, but we've got Simone Development Companies. On your realtor.com, it said GNL Realty, right? So
Hmm.
we've got different companies on there. We don't have a professional headshot. We don't have branding. And that's one of the main things that I want you guys to focus on as well is branding all of your profiles professionally. You guys all have these really professional headshots. You should try to have some professional branding on all of your profiles as well. So something that has your company logo, your team logo, or your own individual logo, your name, your title, and your phone number. Once you've got that branding set up, just like I've been saying with the other accounts, is you want to go in and brand yourself consistently throughout all of your platforms. That way they all look uniform, they're all matching, they all look professional across the board, no matter where somebody's looking at you on. Awesome. So Giovanni, really quick here, what was your biggest takeaway from the hot seat?
I got some work to do, some additional branding. I just left the Simone Development Company's position, so I do need to update my banner to show GNL Realty and take my headshot from the GNL Realty website and add it to LinkedIn. So I look forward to absolutely doing the one-on-one with you and have you
Absolutely.
take me further into what I'm missing, and I'd love to connect and see if we can work together. I think I got some work to do, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, man, likewise. Well, thank you for being in the hot seat. I know it's not easy to be Googled live and in front of all your peers. And yeah, I'll give you the link to my calendar now so that we can continue our conversation one-on-one on Zoom. But you guys can see, in just a few minutes, we went through what, two profiles and we gave you a ton of feedback. When we go one-on-one, we have 30 minutes together where we can look at all 8 of your platforms. So let's go over here. Now, if you do want to schedule that complimentary Google audit to get all 8 of your platforms looked at, this is the QR code. You can go ahead and scan that with your mobile device. And I'll give you guys, 2 to 3 minutes here. I saw Robin come back on camera. She's probably telling me to close this out.
No, you have time. It just sounded like you were wrapping up,
Nah,
but
I'm kidding.
no,
I'm
keep
kidding. I
going.
know.
Keep going.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'll give everybody a chance to scan the QR code, pick a day and time that works best for your schedule to be on Zoom. Try to pick a time where you can be on Zoom on a computer. Because as you saw, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you and we're going to be going through a lot of information. And it's a lot easier to do that from your computer screen versus a mobile device where you have it kind of tiny on your phone. So for everybody that's scanning the QR code and scheduling their call, just let me know once you're done by putting done in the chat or scheduled. And actually, what I'll do here is let me grab my calendar link and I'll paste it in the Zoom chat in case some of you are having any issues with the
And
with the,
just
the QR code.
real quick, Jose, I just want to mention that since you were talking about personal branding and branding across all the platforms,
Yeah,
our call next month is going to be about Canva. So if you need some help on the graphic design side and establishing your personal branding for all of these platforms, definitely join our call next month.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Canva, we use Canva for just about, I mean, I'm on Canva right now, as you can see. We create all of our presentations on Canva, all of our graphics on Canva. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing tool for anything that has to do with marketing and branding.
We use
Yeah.
Canva for everything too. And there is a free
Yeah,
version for those that don't know. And then there is a paid professional version. But the free version will do just about everything that you will probably need it to do.
excellent. Nancy, so you're on a cell phone. How do you click through? So right above your message that you just sent, I did place the link. If you click on that link, even if you're on a mobile device, it should open up a separate link in your browser to go in and schedule that call. If you're having any issues, you can also feel free to, okay, she got it. Yeah, if anyone's having issues with the link or with the QR code, just, send me a quick message here in the Zoom chat. I think you can send me a message privately. I'm not sure. I think you can. But if you want, you can put your phone number in the chat and I'll text you the link to schedule as well. All right, so Nancy got it. Giovanni scheduled. Anybody else scheduling their one-on-one audit? On the one-on-one audit, I can also help you guys with your Instacard. If, after this call, if you go in and start claiming your Instacard, I can help you guys out with that on the one-on-one call as well. All right, I think we're pretty good here, Robin, unless you have anything to add.
So it doesn't seem like there are any last questions. So thank you so much for this, Jose.
Yeah,
This
it's
has
my
been really
pleasure.
informative and like getting into the weeds on how you set it up. So
Yeah, I wanted to
yeah,
make sure
very
I gave you
helpful.
guys a quick, A to Z, where you need to go to claim your card, some of the things that you can expect to run into, and just giving you a quick glimpse into what the dashboard looks like once you claim your card and how to start going in and getting your card up and running. So for everybody that scheduled their one-on-one call, I'll see you on Zoom. And if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to either Robin or Liz via email. She can connect you guys to myself or our team, and we'll be able to help you out.
All right,
Awesome, Julie. Thank
great,
you for the feedback. Thank you, Giovanni, for participating and being, so involved with the training. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
You're
Bye,
welcome. Have a good
everyone.
day, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.